kids. I've decided that I would make this video to help you out with your vocabulary, because what I noticed was that some of us didn't get the score that was quite what I would expect some of us to get. So I've decided that I would make this video to help you out and help you get a really good score next time you do it, because these vocabulary activities are really important and a great way to boost your grade up. Now, the reason these vocabulary words and learning these words is important is because the 6th grade math is very complicated when it comes to word problems, especially on the PSSA. So these vocabulary activities are set up so that you develop sight word recognition along with definition knowledge. Okay, so you already understand what the word is kind of about. You recognize it, you're not confused by it when you see it in the book when we're using it and, actually applying it, okay? That's really, really important, because in PSSA, you'll get a one-word problem that may have 4 or 5 different vocabulary words expecting you to do different things. So you have to know what those words are, recognize them, not be shaken by what they mean, know the definition, and then be able to apply it. The application will come as we work on lessons in our book. But for right now, vocabulary development is important. Now, let me show you a couple things here. Okay? First of all, let's take a look at vocabulary 1. Okay? Here's vocabulary 1. Okay? And you can see, basically, there were a total of 20 or so different vocabulary words. 23, 25, 27 on this one. Okay, so in vocabulary 1, we had 27 different words, which isn't a lot, okay? But anyways, here's what we have to think about. Is if you look at this, it says, what is a bar graph? And then it gives you some choices. Down below, same thing. They give you a term. They give you box plot. And then they give you these definitions, okay? So what you can do is this. If you don't know right off the bat, what a box plot is or what categorical data is, what you can do, okay, is you can use your math book, okay? The school has purchased these math books for us, and what you can do is you can say, okay, well, I have no idea what categorical data is, all right, or what a box plot is. So what you do is you come into your book, and at the end of your book, there's a wonderful set of pages called the glossary, okay? And the glossary gives you a whole bunch of vocabulary words and their definitions. So let's just take a look. Let's say we have box plot. Okay, we have no idea what a box plot is. Well, the glossary is set up alphabetically, so you have the A's and here's the B's. We have bar graph, base, benchmark, box plot. Look at that. It's a box plot. A diagram that shows a distribution of data values on a number line. Well, diagram, distribution, number line. Those are the keys we're looking for. All right, a diagram, distribution, data value, number line. Look at that. The box plot, the definition of box plot is exactly what it is in the book on Schoology. So all you had to do was look it up and match things, okay? I'll give you another example. If we use categorical data, here we have categorical data. That's kind of crazy. I mean, that's a big word with a lot of information on it. So let's come down in here into the glossary. We're already at the B's, so we have C's, capacity, categorical data. Look at that. It's right there. Data that is grouped by some common property. So we're talking about data, and it's grouped by something in common. So if we look at the definitions, sure enough, data that is grouped by some common property. So all you'd have to do is click on C. All right? Now, occasionally, you might come across a definition that's not quite so easy as looking it up. Okay, just by looking up, here's an example. Number 15, okay? They're giving you the definition, and what they want you to do is identify the term. Okay, that's not going to be as easy because really they give you an example and then they give you perpendicular, cross-sectional, parallel, side, diagonal. Okay, so what's different about this is you don't get the term, you get the definition first, and you have to look up the term. Well, in this case, you could probably eliminate perpendicular, and you could probably eliminate parallel side, because the example here, definitely, none of these are perpendicular, they're not right angles, and none of them are a side. So it's either going to be cross-sectional or diagonal. Now, cross-sectional, you could look in the book and see if there's anything that says cross-sectional and see, but that doesn't even sound familiar to most kids. So we look in here and you have O, we go in there to composite, conjuncture, coordinate, cubic unit. Looks like we have exhausted the C's and there's nothing in the book for cross-sectional. But here's D's, so let's see if we can't find the diagonal. Okay, so we have data, decimal, denominator, diagonal. Oh, and look at this. There's actually an example that looks like the example up above. So when you look at this, you can see that you've got an example right there. So now we know that the answer to this is diagonal. And we found it in our book. Once we found the definition, the word, so we had to take the time to actually look it up, okay? Now, that would really be the difference between a good grade and a bad grade. Taking the time to look it up, taking the time to actually do the work. And that's how you get good grades. You take pride in your work, you put effort into your work, and you respect the fact that you have an opportunity for a good education. Okay, and so anyways, if you're still struggling with the vocabulary activities after this video, come see me and I would be more than glad to help you out and show you some more tricks maybe. All right? Okay, good luck on your next vocabulary, or you might have to fix the one that you just did. Okay? Good job, kids.